Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lash Journey podcast. My name is Tiffany, and today I'm going to talk to you about the trip I just went on. So, I just got back from the Wicked Biz Experience in Houston, Texas. It was put on by Wednesday Wood. You might know her as at Wednesday the Lasher on Instagram. She is so amazing, guys. I think that it was one of the first podcast I ever went on, and I just instantly clicked with Wednesday. We actually met at the Salon Owners Breakfast at LashCon last year, and I've just gotten along with her ever since. I love how much she pays attention to detail in every single little thing she does. And when she first announced that she was going to be doing the Wicked Biz Experience, I think maybe in like December or January of this, like earlier this year, I immediately bought a ticket because I knew that it was just going to be a really great experience. I saw that the lineup that she had was a lot of different speakers that I hadn't heard before, people that I really wanted to get connected with. And I was really excited. I had never been to Houston before. So that was this last weekend. And I have to say, it was an absolute knockout of the park. It was just like different speakers that talked about topics that you're not typically seeing or hearing. So I really liked that about it. I could talk on and on about how awesome the actual speakers were, but the topics were things that you really needed to know if you're running your business, whether solo, whether you have a team. There were different areas where she's, talking about marketing, and this one's talking about branding yourself differently, how to get over, limiting beliefs and all of those different things. There was a panel of two of my salon owner friends that talked and answered questions about, how to make sure you're hiring your dream team. Loved that. And what was really cool about it is it just wasn't your typical event where it was kind of like boring and not that they're boring. I actually really love events, but it was just like really upbeat and high energy the whole time. There was great little like breakfast spread. It was at the Hotel Zaza in Houston, and I was just blown away. Like every single area you turn to, it was, like an Instagrammable moment, got great content. The restaurants around there were really great. So congratulations to Wednesday for putting on a great event. I just got home and I thought this would be a really great podcast episode to talk about some of the other events that I went to this past year and what I liked about them. So the first event that I ever spoke at and that I was invited to was the My Brand Lash retreat last March, and it was in the mountains in Idaho. I'd never been to Idaho, but when Gretchen asked me to speak, it was called the Millionaire Retreat, and I attended as a seven-figure salon owner that got to talk to the group about how I built my business, the most important things that I believe that any business owner should focus on if they want to scale to that next level with the team. It was an amazing opportunity, and what I really, really loved about the event, besides getting caught in an avalanche for a few days. What I really loved was that in the retreat setting, we had a really great group of girls that you just really got to connect with on a deeper level. It was a lot more than just business. You got to know their personal stories. There were just some really eye-opening moments where, you meet these people, especially in the industry, and a lot of times you don't know their background. You don't know what they've been through to get to where they are today. And the biggest thing that stuck out to me about that retreat was how we went around and like everybody told their story. And I mean, there were tears. There were like, I look at those girls so differently, knowing what they've been through and how hard they've worked to get out of it. It was a core memory for me, especially in this industry. And I've still, in going to these events, I've seen a couple of the girls since, and, there's just that deeper connection that you have with them. So I loved that. The next event I went to, I was actually a speaker for as well, and that was put on by Loved and Lashed, and it was called the CEO Summit. And what I absolutely loved about this event is it was curated specifically for people who are looking to open salons. So I got to speak again as a seven-figure lash salon owner, where I got to talk to the girls about, what I wish I had focused on back then to get me to the point where I'm at now. And just those different topics. We went over, what it's like to learn how to hire, learn how to delegate, and just really making sure that your business is like built on a really sound structure. So that was really cool. We had a panel at the end, and I felt, I felt really awesome because a lot of the girls had questions for me specifically about opening the salon and running the salon. And that is the moment when I decided that I was going to focus and niche down specifically to helping salon owners because I knew it just lit me up more than anything else. So that was cool. Really great event put on in California. Next up was probably my favorite event of this whole past year, and that was the Lash Boss Summit. That was in Austin, Texas. I got to speak virtually, and this was probably the biggest speaking event that I had, and just being able to be recognized as a speaker at such a big event was really, really cool for me. And Shelby, who put on the actual event, she is at Shelby the Lash Boss on Instagram. She just absolutely blew my mind. Just watching how well everything was put together, how well she treated not only her guests but the speakers, and I just felt in that moment, I just knew that what I've been trying to work towards this entire past year was meant to be. I ended up having some really great conversations with her, some other speakers, and I think that event really solidified, like the networking and like the relationships that I've now built and grown upon since then. It was like, this is the best. And I found it really cool because it was an event where not only did they talk about business, but they also talked about lash artistry as well. So I got to see, some of the best lash artists in the country talk about their different techniques, and that was really cool. I learned a lot there, and I think one of the speakers that stood out to me most there that I've really liked to connect with was Blaze Lloyd of Lash Evo. Oh my gosh, so young, so like brilliant minded, like such a visionary. And she spoke about neuromarketing, and I'm such a geek for that kind of stuff. So I really got a lot out of it and enjoyed that too. Super excited because I'm going to be an in-person speaker next year at the event. It's, I think, April 27th and 28th. As soon as you can buy tickets, trust me when I say buy them. Another thing that she announced there that is really cool is she's actually going to be doing European lash business retreats. And I cannot wait. I'm pretty sure I'm going to at least one. I'm really eyeing the Greece one, but she's going to Italy, Switzerland, Greece, all of these different really great places. So if you are not signed up for her newsletter, you need to go to her Instagram now, get into like her websites, get on the wait list or interest list for it, because I know those spots are going to go so fast. And if it's anything like any of the other events that Shelby has done, they are just going to be perfect. And I think that there is nothing better than being one-on-one with those people in such a small group setting, to where not only do you get to listen to their story, but like you're going to have relationships that are built like so far into the future. And I think that one of the cool things to remember about that is some of my best relationships now are people that I met earlier on in my career in the industry that I never expected, where we are now, in the way that we met. I never thought that we'd be doing these really cool big things that we're doing now. So I think growing up with people in the industry, like as, even 5 years goes by, you guys are going to be in these crazy different places if you just stay consistent. And then, you're always going to bring each other up wherever you go. You're bringing the people that have helped build you up with you. And I think that there's nothing better than that. Okay, so another event that I went to this year was the premiere show in Orlando, and it was basically a mini LashCon. Paul and Tess put it on. They are the owners and the people who put on LashCon, and they also had a really great lineup. They had My Brand, Beauty Gal Val. They had Maddie and Elliot from Lightheart. Maddie gave a whole presentation on mega lashes, which she's known for. I thought that was really cool. Shelby, again, Shelby the Lash Boss, she talked about just kind of like niching down and doing like really pretty natural sets. Her salon down in Austin is really well known for their natural sets. And she just talked about like how to, make sure that you're putting quality into every single set that you do. It was really nice. It was, again, it was a smaller event. So I loved it because of those like lasting relationships that I'm building through networking and, going out to dinner with your friends and all of that stuff too. It was pretty cool. I think that the premiere show was definitely more targeted towards, hairstylists, a lot of nail artists and booths there, not so many lash brands. I didn't really notice any of the lash brands that were there. So, not sure how I felt about that, but of course I'm always going to support anything that Paul and Tuss do because they put their best foot forward in anything. And I thought that they did a really great job with that. Okay, obviously, I just told you all about the Wicked Business Experience. That was my most recent. And then the biggest event that I went to last November. So if you're looking at this year in a whole, the biggest event that I went to that really changed my life was LashCon. And the reason that I say it had such a big impact on me was because it was my first like real lash industry event. And thank God I went to that one for the first time. It's like hard to live up to the shoes of LashCon, but it like just opened my eyes to so many different opportunities, the networking, the relationships that can be built, all of the speakers. I loved attending the salon owners breakfast. If you are a salon owner and you are attending LashCon, make sure you get that ticket. I think they're only, $59. It was so awesome to just meet the other salon owners in the country and get to network and meet them one-on-one. I think that the thing that stood out to me the most is how they did this really cool hot seat where they would bring salon owners up. They would get to talk about one problem they had going on in their salon, and all of the other salon owners would pass around the mic and answer, how they would have handled it or how they would handle it or giving advice. And it was just a really positive experience. And I cannot wait to go next year. Or this year, I'm sorry. So I cannot wait to go this year. It is actually October 14th through 16th this year. And if you didn't hear my last episode yet, Gretchen and I from my brand Lashes, we are actually putting on the opening night white party. So it's an all white party at the rooftop of the hotel. We are ecstatic. It is going to be super classy, super awesome vibes. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have photo booths, 360 booths. You're going to be able to like drink and just welcome everybody to the event and just look fabulous at the same time. So that is the event that I'm most excited about, I have to say. And if you don't have a ticket yet, I do have a special code too that you can use as a party sponsor. So it is LashCon 100 and you can get $100 off of your ticket. Make sure you get them soon because they're not going to be on sale for very much longer. But yeah, LashCon, definitely, like you have to go each year. The other events that I am really looking forward to going to next year, since I have been to all of these and now I know which ones I like really want to put my time and energy into most. Definitely Lash Boss. I'm so excited to speak at the summit next year. Wicked Biz, again, I just felt like it was like anything Wednesday does is going to be great. So I know that she's already coming up with all of these ideas for next year. Make sure you keep an eye on that. And who knows, maybe I might be doing a salon event of my own. I've noticed that, at all of these different events, it's really funny because even Wednesday when she had Shelby and Mo up talking about the salon stuff, she had everybody raise their hand. Like if do you have employees? Do you want to own it? Do you want to hire employees? And almost nobody raised their hand, which was really funny because then when Shelby and Mo were talking about the different things about building your team and they had the Q&A at the end, it was by far the longest Q&A of any of the presentations. And I found that true at the SheEO Summit too, when people were asking me specifically about running a salon. And I just thought, there's not a lot of events out there specifically for salon owners or people who are looking to open a salon. So that is something that I'm looking into. And if it's something that you think would be valuable to you, please leave a comment. Please reach out to me on Instagram and let me know. Get me all hyped up so I can get this planned and started. I hope that you really branch out. If you haven't been to a lash event yourself, please know that it is so worth the money. It is so worth building these connections. And hopefully I'll see you guys at LashCon. Bye.